And it's been pretty darn good for Miramar so far. I know that sounds weird, but actually I'm seeing something also quite weird. Vanguard are not going north right now.
Yeah, they're headed south, and they're going down to Puerto Paraiso. This is the final game of the day, and it has been an interesting one at that. We've seen some pretty clear and distinct performances from Penta and Accelerate Gaming, picking up a lot of good action there. And for Tornado, they're going to try and stick around that center point. I'm not seeing, maybe they're looking for vehicles, but regardless, there's that first circle, and it is going to favor Penta out of the gate.
Oh, it really is. That's lovely. For all the teams heading north, they must be very pleased with that. 'Cause sometimes you'll see that playing path and you're thinking, we know we're in trouble here. But at least you get a little bit of redemption in the fact that they don't have to go too far, even if they go extremely far north.
Dante! Sorry, I have to. Anytime there's a word on the screen.
My circle of hell with Moses.
Anytime there's a big word on the screen, I have to yell it. Bikes! You know how it is. Anyone?
I'll just leave you with that for
TSM is looking to find their stride still. They have, I think, struggled a little bit, again, in that confidence category. I don't quite know what is missing from the soup with TSM, but... You know, there's an old adage in PUBG, which is often it's only day number one. Well, in this case, day number one is super important. There's 15 total games. There are no more tournaments after this one. It's just 8 weeks of pure Pro League action. And for TSM, it's important for them, and obviously important for the entire scene that TSM be successful. They bring a lot of weight with them when they show up.
They certainly do. I think, obviously, with the roster changes that were pending for a while, it was very hard for them to get a solid four to work with, and I think that has hindered them. That has held them back from building a more established team as they go on. But we hope that we get to see the potential within that roster. Into this game, though, we might see an early potential challenge here. Rustamar and Chris, with big names as well, to be challenging out early on. I think Chris is going to see Rustamar there potentially. He has. Could ward him away, and I think he might look for another option as there's a lot of pressure here. Rustamar's got to be careful because even though Chris was out in the open, he does have a teammate close enough by.
There's the back of Breaksco's head if you're wondering what it looks like.
I always did wonder.
Some choices to be made here. I think Breaksco is just trying to play it safe. Doesn't want to make too much noise. Rustamar is nearby. Maybe he'll surprise him with the old sawed-off shotgun. Or I think it was a Scar is what he was holding. Chris is there as well. No one is moving
Why are they
too
not
much.
Moving?
I think the play here is to see who sees the enemy first. They know someone's here, but by the way,
has moved. Okay.
By the way, Rustamar is running around. I don't think he's aware of Penta's presence.
No, he could be in trouble if he does go to the longer barn here. He can get away with this, but I don't know how much info he has. That's a nice little pickup. 416, all that ammo. Nice little level 2 helmet as well.
It's slightly increased AR spawn over Erangel.
That is true.
With the settings here. There's Rustamar. So
there's the call.
Chris has fought him, and he's coming your way, Breaksco. Get ready.
You've got to hope that Brexico's ready for this. He's got probably a nice angle.
He's camping his little face off.
Yeah, look at that door. Rustamar.
He doesn't know he's there.
He has no idea. Completely clueless. You will hear this happening. Brexico.
Does his spider sense tingle? That's the question.
This could be such an awkward time if Rustamar goes around the other side and just sees him. Oh, Brexico, don't whiff that one. No, he's good. Gets it, flushes it.
Hey, look, a Car 98.
Sweet. Just puts it down for bait.
Yeah, no doubt, mate. That's, we didn't see what happened, but it's very possible. It happens from time to time. But regardless, that is the first man out of the game off a team that has had a lot of success today for Accelerate Gaming. You can see the scoreboards on your screen. It's only about a 10-point difference between the top two teams, both of which are Penta and Accelerate. So these guys are rivals currently. And
I know some of you are asking about old Simsy. He's not been feeling so good today, so we didn't personally, but they had him checked out. So he's all good. He should be back, I could imagine, tomorrow potentially. We'll find out. We just want to make sure he's all good to go, and we just like to talk.
I had him assassinated so I could cast.
Oh, you did as well?
Yeah.
Guys, we've doubled down.
Damn it.
Oh,
no. Get a refund.
Yep. All right. Well, regardless, he's fine. So just to keep you guys updated, I know some of you were wondering, but all is good. As I said, we get to talk more. We get to watch more PUBG. I'm happy with that. As we do see the teams kind of, no one's really in too much of a bother here. We might see a couple caught early rotating to center circle, potentially, if there's someone already locking down a compound. Again, it's early game, so scouts get the pressure more than the entirety of the team.
And Tornado is sticking with the scout strategy, and they've sent Kamka early and in. With Penta, doing a north-south, not necessarily 2-2. I think they're just in the middle of their loot phase still. We're just about 6 minutes in. And for Accelerate, they are going to take a center position. Looks like they're probably going to want to play 3 in the compound, whoever they have it. Looks like it's going to be Squeaky finding it. And for the southwestern side, I should say, M19 is going to be the first ones in. Relatively easy first phase, only one person out of the lobby. TSM is on the northwest side. They've got Q-Rage nearby, but no one seems to be in too much of a hurry to crash the middle here in game number 5.
No, not yet. This has been quite slow and steady. I was expecting a little more. I see the action starting to build. I see the rotation on the way up. I'll get there. It's just, you know, it's taking its sweet, sweet time. And everyone getting the vehicles, gathering what they can, preparing for the final go of things today. Obviously, we did see Group B being one of those where I guess we had such a close couple of games, it's very hard to see definite winners, but already into this kind of amalgamation of both groups, some teams are breaking ahead very early. Again, it is just Miramar days so far, but there's so many points available that you can't really be sitting there saying, oh, we just can't play Miramar anymore.
Points are points, and 5 games out of 15 is a big deal, so you can't have a total loss today. And I didn't get a full picture of the rankings there, but you know, things can change. We've seen teams rise and fall in the span of 15 games, some closer than others. For SDF, they barely snuck in to this qualifier, so for them it's been a lesson learned to keep your head on straight and don't worry about the small stuff. Just move from game to game. Just leave the mistakes of one game behind and the successes behind as well, and just try and focus on what's coming next. And for Wookie Bookie, that's entering another name into the old Wook Book, which is what I'm calling killing people now, if anyone is wondering what that means.
The Wook Book.
That's what we're calling it.
It'd be weird if it
I'm
was
starting a movement.
Look, you and Toffees just like to make things.
I'm very grandiose unnecessarily.
That's fine. I'd support it. I don't see anything wrong with that. You have fun, Moses. Don't let anyone stop you.
I will.
Again, this is all posturing. A lot of teams are on the way. We can start looking at the teams who are on the extremities of the map. Likes of Sauna Boys, Red Diamonds out there, Team Ready, and Rec and a Vanguard. Long rotations begin. We'll see how they go. A lot of the prime positions, center of circle, have been occupied now. A couple of the scouts might be holding those down for the others to join. Joker's on that 2-2 split. Worked out quite nicely for them recently, so we'll see if it continues to favor them, as Penta very spread out still.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the game plan is here. Looks like Chris has got a pretty decent center position. I imagine they'll wind up collapsing on his spot, if not doing a miniature 2-2 split north-south for Penta. Tornado has come all the way center as well. Q-Rage seems to be upset about it, as Compot is receiving fire from Kofist a little bit further away. He's going to get bullied away.
Oh, that's a shot.
Yeah, it did hit him in the top of the noggin.
Yeah, that's a very swift backhand to force him away from even trying to tread near their territory, and it might continue if they find another angle on him, but it does seem as though Tornado have kind of fallen back to original position. Red Diamonds en route, looking good in the cars. You got Team Ready, not far off that, being the scout of Sixmo. Pulls up, might pop a shot or two if he managed to catch one of the other Red Diamonds players on rotation if they keep taking the same route, the same road. On the other side of thing, Gamer Legion going to be locking down their compound. This is 9 minutes in. We have one person dead thus far, which was that solo man. So this is very much your classic Miramar game.
If you have anything you need to take the mail, now would be the time to do it. Or maybe boil a couple of eggs.
Couple of eggs, cup of tea, whatever you fancy, pop it on. Crack a beer open. Uh-oh. That's a shot. He's down to one shot if he gets tagged again. If he
do a flip.
He's flying. He's just taken flight. Get away from the bullets. Fly away. I heard that's good in games. Just add planes.
Swords, whatever you need to make your game relevant. I'm subtle. Compot getting the heal on.
The slow heal, bandaging away. Tornado might just have to jump in on that one. Looking at the rest of M19, they found themselves a little bit of cover, not exactly the most beautiful of homes, and their cars are being broken down, which is even worse. So M19 might have to commit a little more to this 2-2 split than they initially wanted. And Steph there from up top He's going to be laying down some shots with that SKS 8 times on it. He's getting shot back at, though. This angle is not for free. You can see those tracers coming through. He's going to be very careful. How are they not hitting? What? Did he just land one back? Actually, they were shooting at his teammate.
That was actually a headshot he landed back there. So M19 is like, you know what? Or excuse me, what is that? Example has arrived. He's like, I too want to be shot in the head. But Hulo's down. There's the res coming. Do. Miramar.
How's your day been?
Good.
Cool. How you guys doing, chat?
I'm gonna get a coffee later or something.
Yeah, it's kind of late. I always feel weird drinking coffee late. Let us know how you are while we watch teams find their compounds. It's Miramar.
And
ooh, that's gonna make it a little more interesting. There we go. If it's not exciting in the first couple of minutes, just make it tough on teams.
It's like between 1 and 22, there's a potential for not a lot to happen, and then 22 minutes in, it's like everyone dies at once. So Penta is now sitting pretty as they could potentially take a hilltop compound. There is one, well, not compound, the warehouse up there that they could potentially do a lateral split. They have left the compound that they were just in. At least Chris is on foot, returning to his squad. And for Penta, they're sitting pretty. There's no real map pressure on that eastern side, so it's just kind of chilling. That southwest, however, is where teams are going to be transitioning in, trying to find a way into the zone. Avangard there, Reciprocity not too far away.
Who's going to have the toughest time on this one? I'm trying to look at who's really far out of being in safe, but everyone's kind of okay. I guess that western side crunch could be a little bit deadly, but there's a lot of terrain. M19 are having a little bit of a back and forth, but no one's forced to fight yet. Again, there's a lot of room available here. We haven't had a great deal of water in this, so it's going to be kind of nice for these teams to find their compounds.
Snoopy. He's snooping on Reciprocity, only landing one shot on Hexeti. And here comes Red Diamonds from the south. Hexeti's going to have to deal with that. Avangard's got a line of sight as well. All Murados, I should say, as it looks like Red Diamond is going to hard commit to this full stop. Hexeti's only got himself. He's going to bail. He's like, no, thank you. I also have a Murado. This is your job, Avangard. I'm out.
It does seem as though Hexeti's been caught a couple of times today, maybe not wanting to repeat that sort of issue he's had before. Team Ready are en route, and they've been generally quite central in the last couple of games, and they've not had that sort of positioning this time around, so that could be a little bit different for them here.
They're not shy of crashing the middle late either, so it seems to be working out for them, but it leaves a lot of room for error. If you take the wrong turn, you can get very easily wiped. I don't think Team Ready has had a very... I'd have to go back and watch to make sure, but I don't think they've been having an easy time getting in as 4 either. They often will lose 1, maybe 2, and then have to play a little bit more of a snake style, which is typical of them. We've seen that a lot in the past. TSM coming a little bit further south. Gustav, they're doing like this 3-1 thing. I don't know if it's working for them. I'm not sure if it's intentional at this stage. Gustav back in his vehicle, likely going to rejoin Rory and the rest of the squad. Relatively close to the center and in some decent terrain cover as well, whereas Gamer Legion, they just don't know where they're going, I don't think.
No, I think they're just hoping that there's a gift waiting for them, like they,
Yeah, on the northern side.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there is, particularly. We do have a drop coming through.
Speaking of gifts, Red Diamond's going to get one from the looks of it.
Yeah, that should be nice for them. There could be the Jokers there. Some of the others could see it, but again, it's hard to know what the terrain's like exactly on these areas, even if you know Miramar. Knowing the very intricate map and the terrain and topography of it all is always a tricky one to see. We'll be seeing everyone again. No one's really being caught out by this. Org, lovely, nice little drop. You're fine. But yeah, no one's really being caught yet. We're 14 minutes in, and again, one person's died.
It's just the up and down nature of this terrain. There's a lot of hills, a lot of rolling areas, a lot of compounds to work with. Al Azahar and the coastal region allows for a lot of movement, but this is the next shift. This is where teams are going to start to get pressured a little bit more. The circle is shrinking about a minute and 15 seconds before it's done. Gamer Legion cannot find a way on the northern side. If they come a little bit further to the east, they should be okay. But there's decent spacing and not really a lot of lines of sight. And for the most part, it just kind of looks like Joker and Red Diamonds are going to harass each other a little bit. The southern side is not decided, so we'll see what happens in the next 5 minutes.
It does feel a little different to the other games. We haven't had any of those forced fights. There's so much area for grabs. I don't know. I have to keep eyes across this one, see who's even forced to get close to fight. Obviously, there's shots still. There's teams taking pot shots, a couple of tags here and there. We saw a couple of knocks potentially, but beyond that, it's kind of just chill. Chat's keeping themselves entertained by just spamming. So that'll probably stop now I've said that, obviously.
As per protocol.
Yeah, nothing's happening on the screen. Better up the memes. Still, let's see. How long until you think we get the first team wiped? What time limit do you reckon?
Well, minute 22 is where the craziness happens, but
Okay.
Raffi is going to be found by Tiksu.
Kind of overextended there, if you look at that.
I don't know. Like, they're on foot. I think people just are just kind of probing, looking for angles. Oh, that's a super hard shift.
Oh, okay. Now here comes the fun.
Rip literally everybody on the northern side.
Suddenly it's gone from like, everyone's nice and chilling out to, all right, good luck. Raffi went on a little bit of a fact-finding mission. Uh-oh, that nade is not going to... there was a chance. I thought that bounce was coming. I was excited. I was ready. Raffi on the run. Hagsetti with him. They're making a bit of a dash out of it. Raffi fancies either getting the car and driving potentially or just getting out of there. I don't know what he's up to. This could be a mistake. They aren't that far away, the Sauna boys. They're right on their heels, and there's shots coming in towards them. He might have just baited out Hagsetti. I don't know what that was, but that was a miscommunication, and that's going to be a shot coming through from Nookie. Has a little bit of a glimpse. They don't overextend themselves. The discipline is still there for the Sauna boys.
Yeah, they don't want to get too far out. Ooh, Skoom. Again, Tiksu with the SKS is just harassing. And here comes the nade follow-up right. Oh, maybe not quite close enough. That's a smoke. He's smoking the approach, I think, to try and get Tiksu down.
Up.
Yeah, or Tiksu up, I should say.
He should be able to get the over. I don't think they're going to overpush this one. I'm pretty sure Team Rec aren't in a position to do that after what happened with Raffi. I don't think you really want to be going for that sort of action.
TSM needs to be moving now. They're going to have a hard time getting in on the the northeastern side between Penta. Actually, Turtle's found a compound. If Wookie Bookie and the rest of the squad can rejoin him, they should be okay. But they will again be under the watchful gaze of Penta.
Q-Rage, team who had a really big impression early on in this and have now faded away. Oh, Wookie Bookie. What was this route they were taking? They went up the hill slightly. I don't know if they just got accidentally caught, if it was unlucky. But you can see the car rolling forward in the pack, but no one in it. TSM do get in there with 3, but a big loss there. Wookie Bookie somehow just got caught out. Maybe a really good shot potentially from Penta that just came through that allowed that to happen, but surprised that that route did pay dividends for Penta.
Yeah, the shrink is coming. That minute 19 approaches slowly. Rec still 4 up. Skoom having landed the shots onto Tiksu. No gifts there, unfortunately. Gamer Legion still trying to figure out how the hell they're going to get into the zone. They're a little bit disjointed on the eastern side. Yeah. Alpachinki get the benefit along with Accelerate Gaming with the center position.
Ooh, Sauna boys.
Yeah, they're in a rough spot, but I think they're, unless they get taken out of their vehicles by Breaksco, it's a mad dash. There's not a lot of opportunity for them to get lines of sight just because of how the terrain is working here, unless you flip your car. Oh,
actually,
no!
That is trouble.
Fail!
They got to get away from there. They had to just pull up and just ditch what they had. Penta making things so uncomfortable, and Higgy's fallen to his death. Don't know if that was off a bike, off something, God knows what, but they were already being pressured. I think they'd already had a player knocked. We are seeing another fight potentially begin. Raise Your Edge starting to feel the burn off the back of SDF. Sezco does go down, but we have THZ trying to play off the side. Fastrail denies it. Good hold. Is there a third party potential? No. So far, they're holding this down, and SDF needs to be very careful here.
Pretty spread out. I think that if they start to maybe throw a smoke on a THZ or Sezco, no utility in play right now for SDF. Rejoining Reciprocity. They can hear Gamer Legion trying to sneak past. Shiv just looking for something. He's done a little bit of damage. Maybe some more coming. Oh, just barely missing those shots. Oof. Hamster's bouncing around in his Murado and doesn't know how close he just came to getting the back of his head taken off. He's already lost his helmet, and he's going to find himself a shack.
Yeah, hit the deck. Do not move. Raise Your Edge. I'm worried that they're kind of being outdone by SDF here. I thought they had the upper hand.
They rezzed all two. They rezzed their 2 down. Or they're about. Oh, maybe not. Sezco's going to get left behind. Poor Sezco. There's the smoke. See you later. That's.
How close is he to the edge of the circle? I don't know.
He can't be rezzed.
No.
They're giving it up. So unfortunate there. They will lose him. And that's actually, it's going to be Udir from distance. I'm not sure if he was responsible for the initial down, but regardless, he gets the credit. Yeah,
that's going to be quite far away. He's been, yeah, you can see that was a nice steal for him. Big point upgrade. Zoom as well being tapped away at. Wanted just fell over in agony, apparently. What is going on?
Sometimes you fall over in agony, and you are unable to cast afterwards.
Richard.
Poor Richard. TSM, again, finding themselves outside the zone, having to move south. Penta already shifting south as well to get ahead of them. And this is going to be another tough transition on the northern side for TSM as Hexetti will get downed. Best of luck finding his head with the SLR.
They're not being passive at all. They are, with conviction and purpose, playing up on this one. Rekka at least holding back one of the sides. Raffi's come into his own, but there's fights on several fronts.
They're in trouble.
This is where it can fall apart. Scoom feels the brunt of it as Bestelok starts to wind himself into the game. Rek will get the revive on Hexetti unless this nade denies it.
Yeah, it's possible. They might be a little bit ahead of the clock on the res. I guess nade. Not. Oh, unfortunate. Senpai gets a double.
I'm pretty sure it's just Raffi now, and he was the one engaging another team, so he's going to have to turn around and see the rest of his teammates just been slaughtered. Demi on the side, he's already lost down 2 teammates. Saunderboy's down to just him, and Penta up and over, maybe a little too overzealous on this one. The Finn stays cool under the pressure.
Nice.
Underhand nade should confirm this, but there are nades coming back in.
He might get both of them, and we actually only just one. Rejoining Avangar for some reason. They are down in the open. We can see the fight happening just on the top of their screen. Okay, well, Sauna Boys are eliminated.
It would have been nice to watch that. It's happened. It's over. We move on. We forget about it. M19 from afar. We're seeing a lot of range coming out here. If he gets that kill, that'd be lovely. I think he did get that in the end. Yeah, Example did find it. The Vanguard, though, holding the high ground. The Red Diamonds in dire straits. Sid hits the deck and has to try and consider his potential for the revive. Might have an angle on
that nade. Sure. Just a little bit of terrain protecting there. Avangar poking away at Red Diamonds from above. 1, 2, 3, 4. Enough shoots down on Best of Luck, but actually they'll get the finish there. Oh, the nade again landing right next to Sid, but he's in trouble. Avangar wants this bad.
Avangar know they need to clear this out, but Penta and the back lines are closing in on this. They've heard all the shots and they're preparing. Vanguard might have overstretched their welcome. Pick your poison at this point. Going to drop down a nade, but Penta are ahead of the curve. Already you're seeing the engagement begin. Braxco is there. Snoopy gets found. Chris is up on the high ground as well. This could be really nice from Penta, holding the line. I don't see a third party hindering Penta, unless maybe someone from afar joins in. They have a really nice angle.
Liking Penta here, but they are getting pressure from behind. Just like that.
That's a third party.
Yeah, Q-Rage is getting involved, and Rory picks up a kill as TSM has made the zone. Looks like they've got all 3 alive still, so that's good for them, having lost only Wookie Bookie. And now the zone has arrived on a Nuktavan's crew, and they still have to deal with Penta, who have the zone advantage, albeit slightly, and they've got the high side flank available as well. They've got smokes down to protect the line of sight, and they're going to force them over and in and right into Red Diamonds.
Yeah, this is a huge third-party fest. You're seeing a whole lot of red in the kill feed, and it will be SDF getting eliminated from this, not too surprising. Rory and Gustav, though, combining excellent play towards Accelerate, and that's a huge scalp to claim for TSM. Big name, they just need to confirm the kills and get the points on the board. You do not want them stolen, but Squeaky is still here.
They're getting third party from further away. TSM under pressure now. They lost both Turtle, or I can't see if they do have 2 downs. Yes, they indeed do. It's Gustav and Turtle being finished off, leaving only Rory.
No, is it falling apart?
It was Razor Edge from further away. They forgot about that line of sight. They didn't smoke the rear. And Accelerate Gaming likely going to lose them anyway, but Rory is now in the zone, and he's going to have to play Snake. There's still 12 alive.
Man, that's got to be rough for the TSM boys. You thought you had such a good shot, and then out of nowhere. And bear in mind that Accelerate still have a potential for a revive on this, and they know exactly what's going on. AP are in a good spot. You have so many big teams left alive. M19 actually starting to flex their muscles as well, as the Red Diamonds are down to just 2. A Vanguard with a weird split as well. They're in a very awkward predicament, but they have to work what they've been given as the Jokers take over the compound and sit pretty.
Alpachinki's got some decent zone control on the northeastern side as well, but there's still 12 teams alive, still 31 players on the field. And Gamer Legion, that's Hamster. He found that shack earlier on, and he's going to ride it to a decent position as Max Izor is getting some shots in. Chris, again, playing a factor. He's only the last man standing for Penta. He's going to see if he can get to breaks. So likely going to have to give that one up. Chris, again, has the load of Penta on his shoulders as Max Izor is eliminated, and so is the rest of Avangar.
All right, we still have 11 teams up, 29 players. Senya's in this. That's the Jokers coming through, finally getting on the kill feed. Team ready, though.
Rip.
Penta just got found. That's
Curse.
a big loss, actually, for Penta. Chris does go down. M19 being caught as well. Jokers, that nade is right to the feed. There's no escape. Iro, such good play, but will he expect Tab? Doesn't seem like it matters. The third party from the hill will keep him safe.
Tab is going to have to back off. That's a nice nade from Iro. And Example is going to get taken down and finished very quickly. Jokers are taking it left, right, and center. I think that was the a kill steal coming in from the Iro nade. I don't think he was able to confirm the second one, but here comes all of Team Ready. So they've now found a nice spot on the south side of the zone. I'm really liking the way that Team Ready is using the terrain to their advantage. M19, however, encroaching a little bit from the west. They've heard the vehicles arrive, and they want a piece of Team Ready.
They could have high ground on that too, I wonder. Raise Your Edge going to be just getting the heels on, trying to just stay alive with Tornado not far off, and Accelerate still alive too. There's a lot of lines of sight here. I do want to see M19 potentially folding towards Team Ready. We do get to watch that. A Beautiful Death could deny these sort of peaks, but I don't know how much vision's being gathered. Constantine's definitely seen Mert. They do have a mini. This is what it means. It looks like he's preparing himself. Needs a nice little two-shot. He gets it!
Oh, almost two back-to-back.
Precision from Constantine finding Mert. Where's the rest of M19 to flex into this? Sixmo's down there. Iro's down there. And high ground against you is going to be tough. And you can see Wanderer desperately wants this. Really good positioning from M19. And Team Ready were not ready for that.
Great control. Great control there with the DMRs just picking Team Ready apart. And now it's going to be a res coming in. Oh, that nade looked like it was pretty damn close to where Beautiful Death is. And it takes down Merkengor. And Team Ready's in trouble. They've got pressure from both sides. The Jokers, it's Tab. He's actually completely preoccupied from another spot. But Merkengor is going to get confirmed here. Beautiful Death is making a run to the hills. Just trying to salvage the round. There's still 10 teams on the field. Unfortunate there. So for Team Ready, they looked really good right up until they weren't. So that's how Miramar works. One flank and your day is done. And there's a couple of snakes now on the field. We've got Hamster, Beautiful Death, Joker, that's Tab rather, Rory. So there's 4 solos on the field. And not a lot of activity inside the zone. It's only Al Pachinki. Now M19 is going to have to make their way in. But they're missing a player from Team Ready, and I think that's giving them some pause. Oh, Rory's been found. This is TSM likely going out in 10th place unless he can make something happen.
It's so unlikely. There it is. Cover Magic gets it. That's good points for them. Raise Your Edge have stayed alive. Trefeli has pushed up with Squeaky. And they're actually in a good spot. I don't know if they know where AP are, though, and they certainly do not. On the run, he gets caught. Trefeli goes down. No trade available as Squeaky was still a little further back. You just don't expect people. But at this point, you have to be expecting so much. Set switching up to the car. Spots out Maverick, but the line of sight is denied. He might need to try and combine. Maybe they think it's potentially the same team as who just ran over, but it's not the case. Raise Your Edge still have 3 players that could find this fight.
I'm liking the way that AP is playing this game. They've got pretty decent control on the northern side. They're just not allowing Accelerate to make, well, it's just Squeaky now trying to get in. And now Red Diamonds, who have been playing the third-party masterclass so far, are just harassing Tornado and M19 at distance. And that's Compot, and the rest of Tornado is having a really hard time making the zone. That's another kill going to Al Pachinki.
Yeah, it certainly is going to be in their pocket, but it's not without a trade. Squeaky is still alive. Fast Rail comes in. This is a nice engagement from Kamka as well. They'll be working their way forward. Tornado hit the deck, though. They don't have much cover to work with, and Raise Your Edge. Oh, that's an ambitious sort of bit of play.
Good luck, sir.
It does not work out. Not surprising.
The old 200-meter AK spray sometimes doesn't work in your favor.
It certainly doesn't. And Wanderer just wandering to his death. Finally, we're seeing very proactive play and really good positioning from Raise Your Edge coming alive in these final moments. They have been finding it hard late game to get their presence noted. And again, they finished top 6, top 5. They've been having very good games. You can see them currently sitting in 7th position. Team Ready still up and Red Diamond still up. If they can get past them, very good work. Fast Rail, desperate for that mini to find its place. And it's Maverick! Again from afar, and now looking at the Tornado side, or what remains of it, should I say. Oh, excellence from X Team. Finds the remainder, and M19 does go down.
It was actually Maverick finishing him off there. Or actually, that was the down
That's
being
the squad
finished.
Wipe,
that was the squad wipe happening. So that was a nice play there in the prone position. Al Pachinki, Alf plays is like way on the outside. I think maybe he thinks he's missing someone. Raise Your Edge is the only squad now with 3 members left. There's a couple of solos still in the field with Hamster and a Beautiful Death. Red Diamonds still picking away at distance.
Yeah, this is still interesting to watch. I'm loving seeing how this unfolds. Circle very central here. We do see Fast Rail finding the remainder as to what happened. And it looks like we're down to 5 teams, 9 alive. Raise Your Edge with 3. Hamster, he found this compound so much earlier and just stayed in there. AP not going to be able to do too much here either. They're going to be trying to just hold themselves steady. They don't know the full picture. A beautiful Death stayed alive as well after that big engagement that came out from Team Ready. On towards Team Ready from, I think it was M19 earlier, or was it Red Diamonds? I'm trying to work that one out in my head. Regardless, we are seeing Raise Your Edge work their way forward now.
They don't have the, I don't think they have the information they need to push the next ridge. I think they're really worried about this low side flank where a beautiful Death and Hamster is. They have no idea how many players are where. So for a Cup of Magic, he's going to be playing the defender on that side. You do need to have someone there to avoid that third-party potential. But Raise Your Edge has another ridge they can work with. Unfortunately, they just don't know where everybody is. Alpachinki's stuck in the center. Hamster's in the shack. Beautiful Death, both snaking. Right now, there's a bit of a stalemate across the one of the last phases. This is me.
Hamster in his cage.
Yeah.
About to go for a run on his wheel later.
I need new bedding.
Bring me some.
My wood chips are soiled.
The issue here for Raise Your Edge is that they can be locked out by Red Diamonds. It is a stalemate to a degree. It's depending on how they can approach if the terrain favors them at all. That low ground is not safe, as you said. That has a lot of snakes waiting in the not much grass. So we'll be seeing what they can do. A beautiful Death is going to have to worm his way forward as well. And you can imagine there is someone sat in that middle shack. So you don't really want to run at that. And the final circle will actually be not that bad for Raise Your Edge. They still have the low ground to go to, but there is issue getting there. Red Diamonds aren't exactly in a bad spot either. They have a little bit of a ridgeline to get to, but I don't know how much utility's left or who stands in their way. This could be still tricky for either side.
Who's got the balls here, ladies and gentlemen? That's the question. It's going to be Pin trying to push the low side. He's looking again for both teams have the same issue. For Red Diamonds and Raise Your Edge, they know that there's people missing. They just haven't seen anyone in a while, and it's starting to make them nervous. Maverick has pushed further and further south. He's got his eyes on that shack. You have to think someone's in there. It's just the spider senses are tingling. So who's going to get close enough to nade? Do you waste a nade? Do you try and shoot the door open first? It depends. As soon as you start making that noise, you're going to start getting pressure from other areas of the map. Alpachinki has been relatively quiet. Alf Plays is sticking on its north side. Set has the zone. And again, it's a stalemate across the last phase.
Yeah, I don't think Raise Your Edge have much ground to work with in comparison to the Red Diamonds. Alpachinki actually has a decent spot to run to. I know it's not ideal. It's kind of in between. Oh, a beautiful Death. Will you do it?
Pop.
Oh, that's great play with 24. He only has 4 bullets, keep in mind. So he has to be very, very reserved. Senpai does have a line of sight, but he dips into that little Death, like that ridge, the valley that runs through the middle. No one should overexpose themselves to try and get him out of this. So he has free run until potentially the team to the north. I
like the way he's put himself here because that means any team that wants to kill him has to expose themselves. I'm not sure if that's the point you're trying to make there, but regardless, for Rye, they can't move across now because that means they'd silhouette themselves. Fast Rail's on the high side.
Oh, Christ. If Hamster opens that door.
It is possible. I mean, at this stage, he's now going to chuck a nade just in the... Actually, that's Alpachinki. Oh, damn close to Fast Rail. Did some damage. There's another one coming his way. He's actually stuck between a nade and the blue almost. Fast Rail's out of position in a sense. That's right in his face! Oh, Alf Plays. What a nade!
Absolutely sick nade right to the lap of the opponents. It looks like AP are now under fire. Maverick lets off a couple of bullets. Keep in mind, Hamster has vision on this. Now, where are the others here? Who else can flex into this? Pin's back up. Senpai still there. A beautiful Death lays in wait. He's just holding his breath down there. And they seem so beyond the fact that there might be someone in that shed. I'm baffled by this. AP stay alive with 2. Red Diamonds have 2. And Raise Your Edge have 2.
I can't believe they didn't check it. I mean, this is another situation in the in-game where Fast Rail was a little bit out of position. I think that he maybe should have anticipated that there would be at least one guy on that side. You don't anticipate a nade just air bursting in your face,
Red Diamonds are running. A beautiful Death. He's laying in wait. The 1-for-1 trade. This means that now other teams might want to get in that fight. You see someone get knocked.
They're pushing.
You might want to push this. Maverick finds Set, though. This is all kind of working out quite well, but that hut is giving me so much anxiety right now. We have 1 up currently for AP, 1 up for the Red Diamonds.
I can't believe
it's actually working out here. Pin. Old Maverick spots him! And now we're left with 3 teams. 1 for AP, 2 for Raise Your Edge. You've got 1 in the hut still.
I can't believe they didn't check the shack. I mean, that could come out to haunt them. They're not looking that direction at all.
Oh my God, Hamster's still in there.
He's close enough to the shack that if they hear the door open, they could turn on him. But, I mean, Hamster is just not willing to make the move.
Alf Plays is creeping up.
I think he heard him. I think he heard him move.
But Outplace could kill
Yeah,
Cup
he can
of
hear him
Magic.
moving in the shack from that
Okay.
distance for sure. Yeah, he can. So
Oh
now,
my God.
yeah, here we go.
This is insane. Door, here we go. It's time to go. But now Outplace could destroy this. He's up in the north. Keep that in mind. He
Zone
can peek up
advantage.
over this edge, and he does not know it. Maverick, unawares, caught with his pants down. Oh, the trade is good. It's a 1v1. Cup of Magic up against Hamster. He almost had it from the shack. It doesn't work out for him in the end. He held his nerve, but Razor Edge finally get that win under their belt.
Man, that had opportunity to go sideways for Razor Edge at the end of that game, but Hamster luckily only had level 1 gear, no helmet. Alpha Chinky, they played it well. I think that they did a good job at the end of the game there. And Red Diamonds as well. I mean, that was just a tough circle to deal with. There was a lot of terrain at play. But regardless, Razor Edge, they stumbled across the finish line, but they were still first. So congratulations